it's called. Now, the thing I do appreciate about my favorite, and we'll go into, I think, our favorite fast food. My favorite fast food place has the same idea as what you're talking about with Lowry's. It's just, they don't advertise. They have like 4 things on their menu, and that's it. In-N-Out Burger. Now,
one In-N-Out does advertise, but
not really. Not like they don't do commercials.
All the too. Yeah,
no, not like Burger King and McDonald's.
No.
Well, because they're not national.
And literally, all their thing is like our menu hasn't changed in like a decade.
Yeah,
In-N-Out.
Now, if you're not in the States and you don't know what In-N-Out, or if you're even on the East Coast, now we have friends on the East Coast that come in. Like we have a friend Dace that comes and visit, who made our intro. By the way, I haven't done that yet. Thank you.
Yes, awesome.
The intro is awesome.
It's great. Thank
I
you
feel
so much.
terrible that I haven't actually done this yet. Dace, you rock. Okay, you're awesome.
Yeah, the
now, what's
intro's
funny about Dace? Dace is from Vegas. He now lives in New York. Here's his address. Now,
Send him love.
yeah. No, he every time he comes here, right off the plane, immediately drives to In-N-Out Burger and then eats like 8 times in like a week span. But it is, and I visited him one time in New York, and he's like, "Oh, there's this awesome burger place that I went. That it's a really fancy burger place in New York." And we go, and it's like, like they're $25 a burger. It's like this really high end. It's an In-N-Out Burger. I'm like, bro, this isn't. He's like, I know.
Wait, really?
It's the same thing. It tastes just like In-N-Out, and that's like their fancy. And I'm like, we get this for like $2.50. Now, In-N-Out it's basically burgers, fries, shakes,
Soda.
and that's it.
Lemonade.
Lemonade, and
Can't
like
forget the pink lemonade.
they don't. They have some stuff that you can kind of order off the
they
menu.
got some off-menu items, which is super
like
fun.
the
I
grilled
always love that.
cheese, 4x4.
Yeah, so it's they haven't changed their menu in forever. This place is always busy. Always busy.
Yeah.
It's like the numbers are like. You get your number and it's like your order number is like 23 and they call 21. No, they like your order's number like 86 and they're calling like 52. It's like, oh God.
Right. Or it's like your number is like 17 and they're calling 28.
Or drive-thru's always around
like there's
the
like you have to go all the way around to the next
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah, and the drive-thru is ridiculous. You have to be ready to wait. And don't go there at lunchtime. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Go at like 11:30 or 2 o'clock and you'll be
But
fine.
they also they're smart because they only have like I think there's 4 in town, and like I know in Reno when they got their first one. Do you remember the lines in Reno?
No, it was bad.
Ridiculous.
There was in college there was a group that actually made like a club called the In-N-Out Club, and because we didn't have one in Reno, and they would all meet on like a Saturday and then drive like 3 hours to Roseville and Sacramento in California to just eat at In-N-Out and then come back.
That's a little ridiculous for a hamburger. I mean, In-N-Out is effing delicious.
Yeah.
But that's a little much.
It's amazing. So if you ever get a chance to be on kind of the west coast of the States, definitely check it out. In-N-Out. What is your favorite? What's your favorite fast food?
Favorite fast? I mean, I love me some In-N-Out. Not my favorite fast food. Taco Bell is my favorite
that's
fast
my
food
favorite
restaurant.
too. It's the best.
It's not the best tasting.
No.
It's not the cheapest, but it's that perfect balance of like delicious food, the value you get. You go there with $20 and you're like set
$20
like
dollars.
set like a king.
Yeah, you are.
You
You're
eat
three
you can
kings.
eat for a weekend on $20 at Taco Bell.
Yeah, I get a bean and cheese burrito and a double decker taco. It's like $3.04. Like I can eat that. And I'm just so happy. I love it.
I'm so impressed with how Taco Bell comes out with new items like every week. I'm like, you guys got to run out of stuff. Like it's tortilla, meat, vegetables, and cheese, and they have created 1,000 variations. Like it's amazing. Like good on you, Taco
Dude, they
Bell.
have like a Starburst Frosty thing, and it's like the red Starburst ones. Oh my god,
The
so good.
Cinnabon Delights. I'm going to stop
Dude,
there on the way
Cinnabon
home.
Delights. Oh my god, those are so good. Did you try the Captain Crunch ones that they had a few weeks ago?
Did they have
Or like a
that?
couple months ago? I don't know if they kept it from the breakfast maybe. They had Captain Crunch ones. It was so
Yeah,
good.
Taco
Captain
Bell
Crunch.
just makes like the best munchy food ever. You
Yeah,
can
they
just-
do.
You can eat that
best.
stuff all day, any time of the week. We're really lucky in Vegas. I mean, not that everybody has Taco Bell, but I'm just as far as the In-N-Out and the food selection, because Vegas, we have like the best places to eat all over the world. Because they'll be like,
they bring it here, and we have a Shake Shack. This is like only on the East Coast, right?
Right.
We have a
They'll be
White
like,
Castle that is only over there. It's all on the Strip, which kind of sucks. But it's if you ever want to like, I want to try White Castle without flying across the country, it's here.
we were
Come to
like in
Vegas.
the Caribbean or something. We went to this restaurant. They're like, "Oh, there's only 2 locations here in the Caribbean and Las Vegas." And it's like, we're like, we'll skip that. We'll get it when we get home.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we just like we're always that other location.
It's awesome.
People come here to have fun, eat great food. So even off the Strip stuff, there's just fantastic food all over. And then like they used to have some really great food at like Green Valley, which is across town from us. And we're getting real specific the location.
I love it. This is like the Vegas
Yeah,
food episode. No.
But they used to have they had Lucille's over over there. It's
a barbecue place.
Pizza
Yeah.
place that was like super Italian, like complete straight from
legit,
Italy.
yeah.
Italian
I know what you're talking
pizza.
about,
It was
yeah.
like Sparios or something.
Yeah.
And they had all-
Stabello's or something like that.
Yes, and so they had all these ones like over there. And we used to drive across town, which was like we had to drive 30 minutes to get there.
And people
This
have to
is
try
ridiculous.
to fly to Italy
Right.
to get it otherwise.
Right, and then but now they're all on this side of town.
Yeah.
They brought all those, like, even that was too far for us to go.
20,
we want
30
them
minutes.
like 10 minutes from our house. So we just are really fortunate for food, which is why we all have to go on diets, because we have too much awesome food around us.
And I will say the one bad thing about Vegas is you do have the two extremes, because you have like the really high-end expensive, like, strip steak, like the high-end celebrity chef restaurants down on the strip, which are fantastic but cost a lot of money. And then you have a lot of fast food specialty places that are kind of all over the country, or a very popular one that's only here. But that mom and pop kind of corner,
everything
hole in
is
the wall,
chained.
it's a lot of really expensive or chain restaurants. You can find there are definitely some good hole in the wall mom and pop owned, but for the most part it's a lot of chain.
Have you been to Bocce Burger?
Yes.
Is it really good? Is it good as they say?
It's good. It's a burger joint that kind of does infusion.
It's voted the best burger in Vegas. I've never eaten there. Five Guys is still my favorite hamburger.
Oh, I love Five Guys. Man, we are on the same food page.
It's barely. It's just a tiny bit over In-N-Out. In-N-Out's amazing, but Five
No
Guys
way.
is my favorite hamburger that I've ever had.
I agree. I like Five. I like it feels more like the hamburger I'd make at home, but I'm too lazy.
Exactly.
And then
Open it up to like cheese, little drip.
Plus, they just
the
dump.
bacon.
They literally cover your burger in fries. Like you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'll take a small fry," and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll fill the bag."
Yeah, a small bag of fries.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah, me and my wife, the first time we went there, we ordered a regular, like, I like the fact their regular cheeseburger is a double cheese. They just assume you're going to want a double. You have to order a small cheeseburger
they're like-
for a regular one.
Yeah, you have to be like kid size, and
Yeah.
they'll give you a regular
One patty. Yeah.
So yeah, me and my wife the first time, I was like, oh, okay, so I'll get a cheeseburger, she'll get a cheeseburger, and we'll both get fries and a large drink. And there was like so much food. We were like, we could have, and then they have peanuts. Remember we talked about
While
this.
you wait in line, you get the little peanuts. Yeah.
Did we talk about this on camera, off camera?
I
I think we
don't
talked about it on camera. I think we talked
Yeah, because
about
they throw the crap all over the floor, and you're like, this is a clean floor. Stop.
Yeah, people, they give you peanuts to eat as like appetizers, and people, well, I don't know if they do it. Some Five Guys, I guess the one jerk does it. They throw it on the ground.
Yeah,
But they don't do it at Five
I
Guys.
don't know. Five
No,
Guys.
I'm
that's not on
You're that
purpose.
one guy.
You need to, in my opinion, before you throw peanuts on the ground, peanut
look
shells
around
on the
you
ground.
to see
No,
if
you
there's
need to
any on the
step
ground
on
already.
some peanut. Like there should be no ground available. Like you need to walk in and hear a crunch, and then you're like, oh, this is one of those places.
See, I didn't. I think we had this conversation. Like, I didn't know that was a thing where you just throw garbage on the floor and that's completely accepted by the establishment. I was
Only
like,
if
I don't
there's
understand.
only if there's already garbage there, then it's fine.
That's awesome. Now you were talking about making burgers at home, how they copy. Now what's some of your guys' like favorite things to make at home, favorite homemade, whether from your childhood or what you make now that you enjoy now? I do want to ask you about something. You have a margarita mixer that you wrote a story about. Speaking of food, do you know about this?
Yeah.
Oh no, I know. That's
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding, right?
No, I have a full children's story.
I wrote a margarita
Revolved around a margarita mixer.
It's like one of those Margaritaville.
It is Margaritaville. Yeah. Yeah, it is exactly that.
There's a compass, right, on it?
Oh yeah, there's a compass on it, and I was like, why is there a compass on a margarita maker? And then so my wife got
This is you like as a kid.
No,
this was a
him-
couple years ago. I was like 27 or something. Yeah. So I had a wife at the time. So I was pretty old. But no, she brought it home, and then I was just like, this is the craziest looking margarita mixer. And then she plugs it in, and she was getting ready to turn it on. And I was like, wait. I was in my pajamas at the time, and I was like, you can't push that button because we're going to be sucked into some kind of adventure, and I don't want to be in my pajamas. So I came up with the children's story, Never Go on an Adventure in Polka Dot Pajamas. And it revolves around a magical blender that takes them to
Margarita
different places.
mixer.
So yeah, it's awesome.
That's amazing. We gotta check that out.
I'll send you some pictures. You can put up my art on there.
That's so awesome. All right. So speaking of homemade classics, what are some of your favorite homemade classics that you guys either made or had when you were kids that you can remember?
What I've enjoyed lately while I was on the diet is I've been making salmon. I've been cooking up salmon. It's
Salmon's
so
delicious.
good.
Yeah, it
I love
is.
it. I love it. But yeah, I just cook it up in like lemon butter sauce and just put it on the grill and some foil, and it's delicious. But as far as like my ultimate favorite, taco salad, everything revolves around Mexican food. It's the greatest.
Yeah.
Tacos, taco salad.
It's the only way you'll eat corn. We talked about this.
Yeah,
right?
so taco salad.
And a tortilla
so
for
good.
him.
And kidney beans. I wouldn't put kidney beans in anything else or ever eat a kidney bean if it wasn't for taco salad.
That's awesome.
It's so good.
Now, do you do the you make because your brother used to make this? I think it's got kind of like a is it ketchup? No, it's ranch.
It's ketchup, mayonnaise with some chili powder.
Yeah.
And it's like the
It's
right
really good.
combination. Oh, it's so
Now
good.
that is one of the that is definitely the quintessential do not eat leftovers food because that's dressing.
No, see, we figured it out.
Oh,
And you
okay.
keep all the pieces separate.
Nah.
Yeah.
Now, it does screw up the ratios. I get a little upset, but my wife doesn't like onions or olives, so I have to think not. So, anyways, we just take
I
pieces.
used to make like a giant taco salad.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah, but now I just keep all the ingredients separate, and then when I want a bowl of salad, I just put them all together,
Nice.
and then I just put in the dressing, and it makes it so you can eat it like all week.
I've had it. It's very
you don't
good.
want to have it the next day. It's like it's like a wilty mess. There's like water. You have to drain it and then mix it together. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
All right, Gerald. What are some of your favorites that you cook?
I don't know. I wouldn't say I have any specialties. I like to cook. I can't say I'm very good at cooking.
No, you're good at
Oh,
cooking.
you made that turkey?
Yeah, you.
No, I
dude,
mean turkey. No, I'm saying like something
I've
like
had your food. It's
oh,
good.
what's your specialty kind of thing. I don't
Yeah.
really have anything. I'd like to have something one of these days. I've made sushi before.
Yeah.
That turned
What?
out pretty good.
Yeah.
You made sushi? I didn't even know you could
I went
do
to
that. If you
this is
wanted.
I was living in Huntington Beach. Went to one of those Asian markets. Got like sushi grade salmon and stuff. Made
They
Get
didn't
the-
say get out. You must pay
Big
full
boy,
price.
get out. Yeah.
Those places are scary.
Yeah, they are.
You go to the
Sure.
seafood section, you're like, okay, everything's alive. Like they had a giant like a pallet full of just like live crabs, and you just pick it.
Yeah, I made lobster at home one time when I lived in Reno with a bunch
Oh, were
of
they
guy
living
roommates.
ones?
No, it was lobster. Yeah, and there's a couple ways. The guy who was like, "I'll eat it, but I have to leave the room when you take care of it." And you put it in the freezer, and apparently that makes them go to sleep, and then you put them in the boiling pot.
You just knife.
Yeah,
to the
you
head.
can do that, but that's a little bit more of like the blood sport style.
I would say that's more humane though, because at least
Yeah.
it's instant instead of
Yeah.
just boiling them alive.
Well, they're asleep.
They scream.
I'm typical American. Like, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest hypocrite in the world. I love meat. I love cow. But I could never kill a cow. I
Right.
could never kill. Like, even like hunting, like, it's so sad. My friend at work, he's like, if you're going to eat meat, you need to at least hunt once. So you're
Get the
part of that
experience, yeah.
experience and you aren't just separated. I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, even just watching someone shoot a deer, like, I just think of my dog and I'm like, man.
You're not eating your dogs. This isn't Korean.
I know,
food,
but
man.
dog, how much separated from a dog and a deer? How much are they
Yeah.
separated? Especially
A
my
lot.
dog.
You eat one of them, you don't eat the other.
Yeah, but just because we said so, and in some parts of the world, there's no separation there.
Yeah.
And my dog's like a small deer; she's pretty big.
She is pretty big,
and
actually.
So it's just like I don't know. They look at you with those sad eyes. How
Yeah.
could you possibly kill it? And I know looking at a lobster doesn't give you sad eyes, but I just couldn't listen to it scream. I would just.
It doesn't
That's right.
scream.
You the
It's
knife
just-
through the
yeah,
head.
I know.
Like instant
I don't
death.
know. Even gutting fish when I was fishing,
Yeah.
I do the gutting of it, but I still feel bad. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a killer, man.
I've never hunted before.
Lover, not a killer.
That's
I've
right.
never hunted before nor killed a live animal to eat, so I guess I can't really put too much input on that. I
you
don't
ever-
think it would bother me that much. I mean,
Have you
I'm
ever
going to
fished?
eat it, and I've fished once, and I caught. People said I caught bait, so I didn't do very well.
Did you gut it?
No,
Yeah,
I didn't get to keep it because it's too small.
Oh, you put it back. Yeah, yeah.
Now-
it's a sad experience.
My
I
favorite.
just remember. Sorry, I just remember them pulling the fish out. There was like a deep sea fishing thing with a company off the shore of Catalina wine mixer. Anyway, just pulling the
wine
fish out and
mixer.
just beating it or stepping on it to like kill it, or beating it against the
Oh
thing
my
in the boat to
gosh,
kill a fish
so
Yeah,
brutal.
see, we didn't
to make
do
them
that.
stop flopping around. I was like, oh god.
See, the ones I caught, they I guess they just die from lack of oxygen because they're just like in.
So you
the-
let them suffocate? That's
I
what they
think
know.
so. Yeah, because we didn't actually do anything to kill them. They just were dead pretty
Yeah,
fast
they just-
outside of the water. I mean,
Well, maybe beating them on the side of the boat is more humane. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a whole
Quick
thing.
death versus like slowly.
It's pretty savage, the whole thing. I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
As long as it's not an endangered species and they don't have cute eyes, I don't really care.
That's why I grab my Mexican food. I can survive without meat. If you're gonna be a vegetarian, Mexican food is it's the best.
Yeah, that's actually I was going to go into one of the diets that I recently did to lose a little bit of weight, and I did for about a year. Was I was vegan, so I didn't eat any meat, any egg, any cheese, any dairy product.
I couldn't do the no cheese.
Kill yourself now. Oh god.
No,
it's
it's
terrible.
it's hard. It's definitely not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Now, I didn't do it for the humane reasons. I did it because I wanted to lose weight, the most selfish reason. But I'd lost a ton of weight. Like, it definitely works. It's funny, too, because people would see me. I lost like 30 pounds, and people are like, oh, what are you doing? Like, you working out? I was like, well, I'm vegan. I'm not eating meat, cheese, dairy. They're like, screw it.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely.
We
couldn't
might do
that.
P90X, but we're not gonna skip out on cheese or eggs.
I will say this: meat, not that difficult to get rid of. Like, I mean, it is definitely, you miss it, but cheese is like, because as Americans, we put cheese
dairy alone
on
just...
everything.
Oh,
Like,
that brings me to a grinds my nerve thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a whole rant about this. But
On cheese?
Yes, on cheese. I forgot about it, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Okay, good.
Okay, so in our life through like schooling, they give us all this information about history and stupid calculus and all this stuff. I was like, but what's
Stupid trig?
what's the question you get asked the most? What kind of cheese would you like on it? I want like a hamburger with cheese. What kind of cheese? Cheddar, Swiss, American, all these different. I have no idea.
You don't know what the difference between cheddar and American cheese
I do
is?
now, but I did
As a
it
kid.
out of high school, and I'm like, it's
Yellow
just-
or white?
Plus, I never had the opportunity to just go buy a bunch of blocks of cheese and just test them all. I was like, why don't they go over that in school? This is an important
In
question.
France, they do.
They should. That's
When
what
I
I'm
was a
saying.
kid, I got the government cheese that wouldn't melt. So I was just like, I'll take the one that melts. I don't care.
I'm just saying,
Meltable.
give you over. If they have culinary class, there should be
Yeah.
some kind of class where they're like, hey, these are questions you're going to get all the time. This is the difference between Swiss. How is cheese made? I don't know anything about cheese, and
You want
That's
a
actually
cheese
cheddar.
class?
daily life thing.
Cheddaring is actually, that's the verb for making cheddar cheese.
See, knowledge dropped. Where'd you learn that?
Well, I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, so I got
Not the public school system. That's all I'm saying. They need to add
Actually, you know what's
food.
funny? Your brother went to culinary school, excellent cook and chef, and what?
Chef, he's loosely.
Brandon?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah,
he did.
he's-
He went to culinary school here in Vegas.
Yeah, and he's
Oh,
actually
interesting.
excellent. And it was funny though because I watched like the Food Network, which we'll get into. One of the books in front of you is my favorite celebrity chef. But I was like, he's like, where'd you learn all this? And I was like, Food Network. And he's like, I paid so much money to learn that, you jerk.
Well, it's called the
thing.
internet and then YouTube videos.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
You
if
don't even need cookbooks anymore.
To be fair, YouTube wasn't really around when he was going to
Yeah,
that school.
that's true.
So he didn't have that.
But yeah, that was always the best
Opportunity.
thing you can learn. Like, it's so cool how you can essentially learn how to cook now. There's a ton of great programs, which we'll go over, but
YouTube's like got to be hurting like plumbers and electricians.
That's how I
and,
learned
like,
how to
all these
read it,
other- 'cause
yeah.
I don't call any of those people. I just look it up on YouTube and fix it myself.
Yeah, Google it.
people are still scared. I mean, people like, this is the thing, like, my dad will call me and say, hey, I have this problem with my computer. And I'm like, just look it up on Google. He's like, yeah, but what if I break it? I'm like, it's already broken.
That's what I think, exactly. Can't make it worse.
Yeah.
Well, you can. Actually.
You can actually, but you know what I mean. The ratio, the chance of you breaking it further is probably pretty low. So yeah, my favorite homemade classic kind of, let's bring it back from the tangent, was something I made for you and your wife, is the salt crusted steak.
You jerk. You'll never remake that.
No.
We keep asking you, like, please make us that salt steak. It's so good.
Okay, so
But you'll never remake it for us.
because it was perfect.
was
I
so
won't be able to
good.
recreate the magic.
You make
No.
it 100% of the time. Awesome.
Exactly. No, it's a steak. You get a great piece of steak, like a New York strip or filet mignon or whatever it may be, and you cover it in like this salt crusted kind of egg white. You mix egg whites till they're like meringue, and then you put a whole bunch of salt, and you cover it and you cook it. Then the salt crust you take off when you're going to serve it. But what it does is all that salt sitting on the outside of the meat like penetrates the meat while it's cooking and seasons it
So
perfectly.
good.
It's really, really good. But
Will you make it for us one of these days?
all right. All right.
My mouth is like watering right now. I'm
It's-
so
I'm really hungry.
I want to
We're
eat so
You can
definitely-
make it for Jordan, too. It's so good.
So that's my favorite homemade classic. Now I learned to cook from a TV show, which was Alton Brown's Good Eats. Such a good. I wish
It's like the Bill Nye of food. I love it.
He's so cool. He made. The thing about
Solid.
him is he solid.
It's a gas. Liquid. Sorry, little
Big
Bill
shout
Nye.
out to Bill Nye. But that's what he did. He made cooking fun. It always felt, sometimes it feels like cooking is such a, like either you know how to cook or you don't know how to cook, and it's just mysterious. You have to go to college. It's not really. I mean, there are things that are difficult to learn and take time and practice, but really it's just put stuff in a hot box, or, you know what I mean? Like mix these two things together. And there, of course, I'm probably going to insult like every chef and cook out there, but it is easy to cook, and everyone should learn how to cook. It is really, really important. And I learned in college essentially, but was great because I had 3 other guy roommates who ate like crazy. So even if it wasn't that good, they're like, meh.
Better than ramen. Huh?
Exactly.
Like James's jerk pork.
Oh my gosh.
Or
Our
jerk
friend,
chicken or whatever
yeah,
it
James
was.
made this jerk chicken.
Oh my god.
He
That
brought
big
it
guy-
from
big guy right
Jamaica.
at the
Yeah, the
front.
big guy.
Yeah.
He brought this Jamaican jerk sauce it's from Jamaica, and put it all over this chicken. And he's like, it's a little spicy. It's just a little spicy. Me and Jordan, I think we almost had to go to the hospital.
It was
Like,
so bad.
all I gotta say is, going in was bad. Coming out was worse.
it was all the way through. You could
Hot
feel the
snake's
heat
real,
like
man.
moving through your body.
Oh,
it was
It was so. It was.
I mean, no, it was actually delicious.
It tasted.
You just kept eating it. Your eyes were. Everyone at the table was like snot and tears running while we just shoved this more chicken in our mouths because it's so good.
It was so hot. I've never eaten anything hotter than that, and I've had like habaneros like mixed in a salt. It was not as hot. I don't know what they do in Jamaica, like voodoo magic or something. It was bad. It was so spicy. But yeah, thank you, James.
Oh, delicious.
But your taste buds came back.
Yeah, they eventually
they grew back. At the
exactly.
Stronger.
But you're talking about Alton Brown. The turkey I made this year was Alton Brown's
Yes.
recipe, and you know a lot of people like Thanksgiving turkey is not difficult to cook at all.
No.
You throw in a pot with a bunch of salt water for 16 hours. You throw it in the oven, throw some crap in the butt with like fruits and herbs and stuff. You cook it for 5 hours and it's done. You know, it's not
shove
that
it in the butt.
Yeah, it's not that difficult. It's just taking it on time.
I think the hardest part about cooking is the instructions are intimidating.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
Their instructions. Well, I'm horrible at following instructions anyway. I just can't. I even now when I cook, I look at the instructions and I skip. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that. I just mark things off that I'm not going to do. And I'm like, I don't have that ingredient. I'll use cilantro. I don't. And I just throw it
calls
together.
for parsley. Yeah,
It's green. It's a leaf.
Yeah.
Done.
That's how I do it all. And it turns out okay sometimes.
Yeah,
but
your food's actually really good. I've
Yeah,
had your food. It's
it's
good.
not-
Like the taco salad is excellent.
yeah, that one's not I didn't do that to that recipe. But yeah.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
In general, though, it's too much. They'll like give a speck of this and a pinch of that, and teaspoons and tablespoons, and then there's liquid measurements and solid measurements. And there's like math involved. Like
Sometimes, yeah.
here's 4 cups, and I have like a teaspoon measuring. Like I Google what the conversion is. Like
mine was like, don't forget to deglaze this pan. I'm like, what the hell is deglaze mean? It's
Right.
like,
Right.
just throw some wine in a pot. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Scrape all the crap off of it.
I think they just do that on purpose. So
This sounds
their
nicer.
profession looks cool.
One thing was always like growing up, it's like you need to learn to cook because it's one, it's better for you, and two, it's cheaper to cook. That is not true at all. Sometimes
No.
it's not only cheaper to go out and get something, but you can get something better for you than to cook and the time it takes to get everything together.
It's really the salt, though.
But it's more
That's the problem with any food that you go out and buy at a restaurant or fast food. It's really the salt that's the killer. Now, if you drink enough water, you can have as much salt as you want as long as you drink enough water to dissolve it. It's just we don't drink a lot of water.
Yeah, that's true.
But the one thing I do love about Alton Brown, and he kind of gets to what you're talking about, he likes to simplify stuff. He has a thing where he will not, the only unitasker in his kitchen, meaning a tool that doesn't at least serve 2 purposes, is a fire extinguisher. So like, he'll have, for instance, like a avocado slicer. He's like, no, that only cuts avocados. What else does it cut? And he's like, if it doesn't cut something else, then no. And so on the one show, he had like a cherry, pitter, and so he made up like this crazy used it with another thing so it did something else. He's like, okay, so it can stay in the kitchen. And he also does this thing. Here's the other thing about cooking. You get a lot of gadgets. There's a lot of cooking gadgets, and like for instance, what Alton Brown talks about in one of his books is put a sticker on things you use once a year. Like as you use it, put a sticker on it, and in the year, take inventory. If something doesn't have a sticker on it, a tool or a gadget, get rid of it. Get it out of your kitchen because you're not using it. It's a whole year and you didn't use it. I do that, and I actually make fresh pasta once a year just so I can keep my pasta maker. But
You don't have to follow that rule.
no, but it makes sense.
I know, but if you really want, you're like, what are we having for dinner? Pasta. And like, I don't
We
really
have to
feel like
do it.
pasta. No, it is pasta
It's
tonight.
December 31st. I have to do pasta or I have
or
to
we
throw
have
it
to
out.
throw this thing out that costs me like $400.
No, but, I mean, you get the concept, right?
I
Because
know.
you can
Yeah.
get a ton of, you can start writing children's stories about your gadgets. You have so many.
I gotta get back to that.
Now,
Alan Brown did a YouTube video like reviewing those crappy. Did you see it
yeah,
the
I
other
did
day?
for daily.com.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
reviewing crappy like Amazon one-use gadget. I didn't know that was his thing, and he reviewed like a strawberry slicer. It's like, why? Because you can just.
You can just cut it with a knife. But
There
I
was
get
that
it.
egg maker that made like an egg into a tube.
Oh, it's
See
so
that?
gross.
Oh,
It like
God.
he cracks eggs into this tube contraption. I'm gonna definitely put the video in there. He cracks eggs in there, and then it waits like 17 minutes, and then this cooked tube egg coming out. It looks like
By
it looks
itself.
gross. Like yeah, like you just I don't even need-
picture, and it looks exactly.
Yeah, exactly what you're thinking is what it is. And then he's about to eat it, and he's like, you know what? I'm okay. So yeah, I enjoy his take on food. Now he also does like a lot of. Do you guys like the food shows like the competition ones? Do you
I
guys
don't watch them very often, but I definitely like
like
them.
Top Chef and things like that?
Yeah, I like Chopped is fun.
So Chopped is awesome. I love Chopped. How ridiculous that show is. They
Iron
give him
Chef
like
is ridiculous.
Iron Chef is cool.
Iron Chef it is.
My dad watched a lot of Iron Chef, and he would do those competitions. Yam cakes came out of
That's
him,
awesome.
just like looking. What do we have? We got yams. we got we got Bisquick, and he made yam pancakes.
Actually sounds pretty good.
They were actually pretty good.
Well, they're
and it was
sweet potato
impressive.
pancakes, so yeah, that sounds awesome.
It was impressive because it was very Iron Chef. Like, ingredient of the day, yams.
What's the one where you screw over your person? I always want to check that
Cutthroat
out.
Kitchen.
Yeah, I've
it's
heard
with
good
Alton
things
Brown.
about it.
It's hilarious. So it's a competition, but if you win, like it's smaller. It's like a smaller competition to people. I think
It's
slightly.
like chopped, right?
Yeah, they get slightly eliminated. But if you win, if you're the winner of the competition, you can give one of your opponents something, some negative effect. So like someone will have to wear oven mitts, or someone will have to use. Cannot use kitchen utensils and can only use tinfoil. So they like have to take tinfoil and make like utensil like stirring sticks out of it. Yeah, or they have to use like tiny kitchen, so they give them like a play school set of like cooking, like you could cook, and like a little hot plate, and they have to cook in that. It's hilarious. And sometimes what's awesome is the people who get that actually still win.
Right.
And it's just like, dude, it's like when you shoot left-handed and pull. You're like, and you make it. You're like, yeah. I shot left-handed.
Mic drop.
Exactly,
of thing.
exactly. Excellent show.
I gotta check out that show.
Now let's. You guys want to wrap up the show? We've been going
I think
for a while.
it's time. Yeah.
All right. Now I do. This is the last thing I want to talk about because we asked the community if you knew it was your last, if you somehow knew. What would be your last meal? What would you ask for?
Who's starting with?
Go ahead, Joe.
All right. Mine's pretty easy. I want a rare fillet.
Nice.
With a big serving of lobster mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is one of my favorite foods. And lobster, of course, delicious.
Kraft mac and cheese or homemade?
Huh?
Kraft or homemade?
Probably homemade.
No one's putting lobster in Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'll
I
eat a good
would.
like 4 or 5 cheese macs. So.
Kraft is the best macaroni and cheese. You got to eat it within
blue
like
box,
5 minutes of making it.
Or it's immediately gross.
Yeah,
Turns
but
into
it
like
is so
library
good.
paste.
I
Yeah.
just think that's like neon orange.
Okay, so we
Anyway,
got lobster
and
mac.
not just, and I like to have a glass of, not just a glass of scotch. Okay, this is gonna be the last meal. Just give me the bottle of Lagavulin 18-year scotch.
Nice.
Just give me that filet, lobster mac, and a piece of cheesecake for dessert.
Nice.
Plain cheesecake.
Just cheesecake. Nothing on top.
Nothing. Just plain.
We talking graham
cheesecake.
cracker crust, or we just traditional?
Your traditional plain piece, a big piece. Because like I said, I don't care about calories at this point.
Yeah, you're going out.
Big
Come on.
ass piece of cheesecake.
Nice.
That's my last meal.
I like it. You got
Jordan?
a good.
Okay, so I went under the assumption that I'm on death row and I'm getting my last meal.
Well, unless you're looking for the file and a cake, is that what you're going with?
no.
Not necessarily. What if you're like, I don't know,
No,
deathbed like
Okay,
style?
no.
I don't know.
I'm taking
Okay,
the interpretation
just let him
that
do
I'm
whatever
on
he
death
wants.
row.
He doesn't listen to instructions. He already went over this.
I have 2 goals
Okay.
if I'm on death row. 1, I want it to take a really long time.
Got it.
2, I want the taxpayers to pay.
That's why I chose
you're
a bottle
trying-
of scotch.
if you're
I would
trying
be
to kill
wasted
me-
by the time I'm getting the injection, so I don't care.
If you're trying to kill me, you're going to pay for it. So I want bird's nest soup from China.
Okay.
They literally have to go to these caves and from this specific bird, and they harvest this nests, and they make like a bouillon, like soup out of it.
Nice.
It's $4,500 a pound.
Nice.
So you're definitely going to be spending some money on that.
Okay.
And that's my appetizer.
All right.
Then I'm just something simple for just,
Oh,
like
something
for the meal,
simple.
for
Nice.
the meal, some Kobe beef steak.
Okay.
It's
All right. That's
it's
difficult.
Again, something you can only
Quality
legitimately
steak.
get in Japan.
Yeah.
All right. So for when we start dessert, I want it to start with a Dinsuki watermelon. They only get 65 of them a year from a volcano in Japan. They're like $60,000 a piece.
Nice.
And, or no, sorry, 6,000. I added a zero. $6,000 a piece.
You're doing the Gerald math.
But, yeah,
12%.
but since there's only 65, I would hope that they were already sold that year. And then I'd have to wait till the
Can't
next
kill
year
them
to get
this
one.
year.
yeah, exactly.
I want a white truffle with dessert. Those are $110,000 a pound.
Wait, you literally just want a truffle?
Yeah,
I don't think
it's like
you
a
eat
chocolate
those, though.
truffle.
Yeah,
Oh.
chocolate truffle.
That's like a chocolate white truffle.
Okay, okay.
These are found in like a specific location, the white ones, and they're like $110,000 a pound. And I want it topped with edible gold.
Nice.
$110,000.
I like your style. You'll find out in a second why I like
so
your style.
it'll be like $400,000 meal, and it will take them like a really long time to find it. So I'm like, my 2 goals are satisfied. And then also on the side, I want a bean and cheese burrito
I was gonna say,
and a
what-
double-decker taco because I'm going out. I want to actually eat something.
that's
I'm
your
not eating
legitimate
that.
last meal. the double-decker
That's what
taco.
I'd actually want with a Pepsi, a large Pepsi.
That's awesome.
That's
Can I
hilarious.
get a small? No, not large. Just give me a medium Pepsi.
I don't want to overdo it. All right. Awesome. Good job, Jordan. So for my last meal, kind of went a little bit of a similar route, but not as extravagant. For my appetizer, some salmon nigiri. I eat salmon like a bear when I go out to sushi.
So good.
It's so good. So I just bring a plate of it. I'm not really worried about
How
that.
many orders?
That's always so. First of all, I get it. It's like I want 6 pieces. They're like 3 orders. I'm like, yeah, well, just bring
give
in
me 6 pieces, man.
Yeah, it's like don't do math. Why we got to set up math and sushi?
You should get pre-cut though. Don't get actual salmon. I've been eating wild salmon lately, and there's a bunch of little bones in it. You don't want to end your last minute.
You gotta
with
take
a
those
bone
out,
in your
bro.
throat.
Oh, you go out. Don't go out that way.
Don't go out that way.
Get killed in the appetizer.
It's just uncomfortable. They get stuck in there.
Yeah.
You know, eventually it goes through, but you don't want to die like that.
Okay, so then my main course would be steak au poivre. It's a filet mignon covered in pepper, loosely cracked pepper covered in it, with a nice cream sauce, like a cream pan sauce, reduction sauce. That's my favorite food of all time. The side, Christina, my mother-in-law, your twice baked potatoes. Insane. When she makes these, she makes like 8 potatoes. Like, if you sit and you think, you're like, I can't eat like 2 whole potatoes. That's like what a monster eats. But I eat like 8 half slices of these things. And they're just so much butter and cream and cheese. And it's so good. Okay. So that's the side, the twice baked potatoes. Now for dessert, I'm going to steal some stuff from Jordan. I want a golden opulence sundae from Serendipity, which is only served in New York.
Ones?
Yeah, it's $1,000. It's 3 scoops of vanilla bean ice cream infused with Madagascar vanilla and covered in 23K edible gold leaf.
Nice.
Yes.
Make them pay.
That's right. And it's also the chocolate syrup is melted down from the most expensive chocolate in the world. And then it's, of course, covered in it's covered in chocolate covered almonds, and it's also covered in chocolate covered truffles and marzipan cherries. Then it's sprinkled with more small flakes of the edible gold. So definitely the way I'm going out.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if they put a limitation on your last meal in prison.
Was mine too simple or something?
No. You just didn't go.
You didn't go into the assumption that we're trying to make the taxpayers
I'm
pay
like,
for killing us.
what if I'm just going to die the next day? I just want something really good before I go. I don't think I'm
their food's
I'm in prison or anything.
No, that Sunday is really good. Like Serendipity's food's really good. Now it was funny. I asked the community, through Instagram and Twitter, what would they eat? Pizza. Pizza is like almost everyone's answer was pizza. I love pizza, but I am not. I'm very picky.
Definitely not last meal material, but pizza's freaking good.
You guys like, what kind of crust do you go with?
Thin.
I go with your traditional hand tossed.
Yeah.
Certain pizzas I like thin, but overall I like the hand tossed.
Yeah, that pizza place you were talking about that's here in Vegas, that's like the special Italian. They have like certification like for their employees to go to like Italy and be certified to do this particular type of crust. And it's thinner and it's insane.
It's like flaky thin?
It's chewy thin.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of baguette-ish.
Yeah, it's not. It's like almost like not fully cooked. It's not crisp at all.
You know, like Domino's flaky thin crust? That's really good.
All right.
I think crust in general is the way to go, because then you're actually enjoying the toppings instead of just eating bread.
And you don't feel like crap afterwards.
You know what I like that they started doing? Putting the garlic on the crust. That's so good.
Yeah, because most people just throw it away. I'm not me. I'm like, eat the crust.
Give me that bread.
So that concludes our food episode.
I think our food episode could have gone like 4 more hours.
I know, we definitely could have.
We love food, and
although
I think
starving. The only thing that matters is that we're really hungry. So that's
we're
the
going
only
to
reason.
go to get some of those cheesecakes after this. Maybe?
Exactly. But before we want to go, we want to do a couple things. One is we want to talk about the contest again real quick. I'm going to put a bunch of prizes on the screen. Guys, put your face somewhere so you can see it. Hey, there. It's right here. It's right there. I'm going to put them all over the place. So those are all the prizes you can win. All you need to do is, of course, donate toys, games, or books to your local charity. I don't care which charity, or you can even, if you've already done it and you have a sticker or something like that, shoot that over to us, and then hashtag it with hashtag SDS giveaway, or you can send it, you can tag us, or you can just shoot us an email. Any of those is fine.
What do we email it to? sitdownstandard@gmail.com.
Oh, look, ahead of the game.
Nice, good job. And then the last thing we want to do, of course, give our sponsor a big shout out. That's 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten. You can check out all their great stuff at 1000booksbeforekindergarten.org. Again, they have reading logs, they've got state by state, and of course you can read all of the great books that Jordan talks about, the Marvel Civil War.
Well, the movie's coming out, you need to prep yourself.
Yeah, you got to get your kids
so you
prepped.
can be disappointed like me.
Oh. No, but of course you can read all the great books. We even talked about, I think they do, I'm pretty sure that they make Marvel little golden books, which is awesome.
That is cool.
So best time to be a kid. So again, we want to thank them. And again, check out our podcast. It's, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're on YouTube. You should know that. But we're also on SoundCloud if you want to watch the audio version. Of course, we're on iTunes as well as... I'm sorry. I'm so used to our TV show
I
now.
know. You're so excited about TV.
I am so. I love it.
Other way around, too. If you're listening to this, go to YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah, exactly. If you're listening, go check us out in live Technicolor.
If you're wondering what these voices look like, you'll be sorely disappointed. But hey, check us out anyway.
We have faces for podcasting. But yeah, you can check us out. iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio. And then I think we're trying to get on Google play music. It's
I have a podcast store now.
yeah, it's a
crazy Android thing that you guys don't know anything about.
Word.
Why would you go off of iTunes? I don't understand.
You can't leave the Apple nest.
Stitcher is actually awesome. That's actually what I listen to.
Yeah.
When I go to check it out. I do use Stitcher. It's super simple. You just search sit down standard. It comes up, easy to play. It keeps your spot. So when you come back to play it later, you don't have to start from the beginning.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
Good app for it.
All right, so again, contest ends December 31st, so go out and donate so you can get part. You can actually, you're going to win one of these anyways, so everyone's a winner! Winner.
Free promotion. Woo!
Chicken dinner.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Plug.
All right, thank you for watching as well as listening. Till next time. Bye.
See ya.
Later.